I'm going to change up this grain scoop. I bought this from Debbie from Old Country Porch on Etsy. She watches my channel, and she has an Etsy shop. So I took a look at her site on Etsy, and I really like this. And she had it was a new one, but she's spray painted it and made it look rusty. So I'm going to make it over, and I'm going to put a candle in it. I know that much. So I'm going to set this aside, but I wanted to show you the things I'm working on is for this. And like I said, I'll leave her link to her Etsy shop down below. She does some really nice crafts. She has a lot of Halloween stuff too. I went and got a 4x4 block. Okay, that one was too big, I think. I'm going to put a candle in it. What did I do with my candle? And I went and took a flat bit, and made a hole in here. One of them I've done too big. That was that one. So I turned it over and done it on this side. So this was, what size was this? I think it was 3/4 inch. Yeah. And that was a 7/8. This was a 3/4. But I am going to start by, it's just a 4x4 fence post. And I cut it down to 3 inches. And it's used because it's kind of oily. I tried to sand it down, but that's okay. It'll work. I'm going to cover it with this folk art antiquing wax. And then I'll wipe it back a little bit. And I might take a dry brush with some white on it. I'm not sure. But I'm going to do this, and I'm going to let it dry some before I try to do any more on it. Now, while this is drying, and I will use this one when I get done finished with it, while it's drying, I put those together and let them dry. That way I don't have to make a mess and try to hold that up and it fall over and everything. This is a candle I got off, I think you can get 3 in a pack or 6 in a pack, and it's on a timer. And I buy them from Amazon. And the last ones, when I went back to look again, oh, I don't want that. What am I doing? I'm talking. Anyways, I went back. They don't have them anymore, not that brand. And I really liked them. They were just the right size for a lot of projects that I do. Okay, what I'm going to take is my coffee and Mod Podge mixture. And I've done this before. And I did put a coat of Bonding Boss by Dixie Belle on here. I wished I had clear, but I don't. I'm going to get me some clear. But I did put a coat of that on there. That way it won't peel off. And I don't want this candle real dark. So I'll probably just put one coat of this on there. And maybe some real coffee flakes. And I should have got them out. They're there, over there somewhere. Watch me glue my bottom together. Right there where you take the cap off to put the batteries in and turn it off and on. I think it stays on for either 5 or 6 hours, somewhere in there. And then shuts off and comes back on the next night at the same time, or whatever time you turn it on. It'll come back on the next day at the same time. Yeah, I have a funny feeling I put that right in my... I don't want to glue that together. All right, some coffee flakes. Just a few. And those should stick on there fine. that is good. Now I'm going to go over just a little bit on the bulb. And then it's going to be lots of fun to try to get that in that block to set up straight with the bulb wet too. Okay, I didn't cover it all the way down because it is going to be down in the block. Now, I'm going to let those dry and figure out what else I'm going to do with that. I think this is going to be an easy project. I'm not going to do a lot with it. Okay, I'll be back when I start to put more to it, when I figure out what I'm going to do, when I figure out what I'm going to do. Okay, well, this is drying and that's drying. I've decided I'm going to make a bow, and I'm not sure if I want it in bow form or just straight pieces. I think I'm just going to do strips. And it doesn't need to be real big. I'll cut some of these down right fast. Should have had this done, but I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. Some of that. We'll use some of this. Got my scissors upside down. Let's grab me 3 pieces of each. Well, 4. I got 4 of that one. Not that I'm going to use it, but I'll just do 3 right now. Okay, I'm going to do one of those, one of these, this. I grab me some Sisal too. I think it makes things. I don't know how much I need. I think I'll separate that. And just stick that in the center right there. Come back with one of these. That. And this. And some more of this. I need a little more than that, I think. Well, that's going to be the last piece. I'll just stick it all in there. And do one more. And that. That should be full enough, I think. I don't know. I'm going to put one more strip of this on there. That one right there. And we're going to tie it up. Before I pull it too tight, I'm just kind of going to spread it some. I might have got too much of that in there. I can trim some of it back. And I can leave that long so I can, yeah, that needs to kind of spread apart and trim some. I don't want to use my material scissors. Let's see how that looks. Those are about dry. I can use this to tie it on. Well, I may. Trying to see how that looks. Okay, I think I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of it. I'll tie that on when I'm about ready to put it all together. And my candle is dry. And that's dry enough. I'm going to give that a dry brush of white on it. So I've got to get my white. Okay, I have a chippy brush. And I'm just going to do a dry brush on that. So I do not want it wet. And I used Folk Art Vintage White. Oh, I tipped that over into my paint. Well, I'm not using that side anyway. It's fine. All right, that is okay with that. I'm good with that. That side. Trying to see which side I want to use. I want a little heavy on those sides there. Let's see, I have a wet one here. Okay. That looks good. Now, and I got a globe here that I'm going to use. I probably need to go wash it. I've got this at the thrift store. And the angle I'm at, you can't see it. I'm going to have that there. I'm just going to see what it looks like. And with my bow on it. And I'm trying to figure out if maybe I want to put some greenery around the bottom. Like down. Let's see if I can tilt it where y'all can see what I'm looking at. I don't know. But other than that, if I don't do the greenery, I think it's finished. That was easy, just to put something in this so I could decorate with it. Now, I'm just going to work with a scrap of 2x4. And the size on this one, I made, it depends on what you're working with. But it's an 8 1/4. And I had some of the crows laying here. I'd cut those out, just quite a few of those out. And I shipped some out in a couple of orders. And I thought, well, I'll make something with my crows. I've used these for something. I just don't know what it was before. But I'm going to make a sign, and it's going to have my crow on it. But to start with, I'm just going to give it, this 2x4, a coat of the not Waverly, but the Folk Art Antiquing Wax. That's going to be hard to get down in there. Maybe I got enough I can cover most of it. Anyways, I'm going to give this a coat, and I'm going to let it dry. And then probably go over it with either an antique white or the Waverly plaster. I don't know which one I'll use. But when I get that, I coat this and it's all dry, I'll come back and show you some more. Okay, this is dry, and I've decided well, there went my lid. I want a little crackle. So I'm going to use some glue, just the Elmer's school glue. Wonder which one I should use. And I don't want a really big crackle, so I think you're supposed to go thin. And it doesn't have to be all over. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, I'm going to do that like that. Now I'm going to put Folk Art Camel on there. Now I knew I should just take the lid off. Try that. And that's already a drying, so I gotta get busy. I'm not supposed to keep going over it. I'm not getting much of a coat. I've got to go over it to get some color. Okay, I'm going to leave it just like that now. Okay, it's getting my little crackle. That you probably can't even see on camera, but it's really what I wanted. Now that's a really little crackle. Can't see it very well. Alright, I went ahead and distressed my board a little bit and put my transfer on there, or my stencil, Old Crow Seed Company. And I went ahead and painted my crow too. Just black and distressed it. Just all painting. And now I'm just going to finish this up right here by stenciling this on, and then I'll pull it off and see what else I'm going to do. There's not a lot I can do to it, but surely there's a little something I can add to it. But I'll finish this up here and come back and we'll see what we're going to do with it. Alright, this is dry, and now I'm going to go over it with some clear wax. Just on the top part, actually. Because I want to go over it with some brown, too. I don't know if it'll do much, but I'm going to try it. Okay, now I'm going to wipe it back a bit. And now for my brown wax, what did I do with it? A brand new container. The color looks green. I wonder. Don't want a whole lot on there. Go around the edges. And then try to get some in the middle a bit. Now wipe it back. Kind of went down in the cracks where it had crackled. Gonna go over it a little heavier, back a little heavier where the lettering is. All right, that's good for that. Now, what am I going to do with it? Oh, yeah, I need to do my crow. And I'm just going to go solid, because I distressed the crow. And I'm just going to go solid brown on it. I'm not going to put any clear. And I'm going to be careful with the little legs, because they're thin and they'll break. And the tail. Now, gotta heat up my glue gun and see what else I'm going to do to it. It needs a little something. All right, I just glued some rope on there for like a handle. It's just an added something on there, and I'm going to put some tacks on it. And then on this side, about in the same spot. And then I'm going to glue my little, I put a little bow on the crow. Let's see, where do I want him at? About right there. I want it about like that right there. Pushing it down so it won't leave a gap. Hot glue tends to do that. And that added just a little something to it by putting the rope up there, and I think that's good. All right, I was going to do one more crow project, but I'm not going to be able to get to it. So hopefully I'll get another video out before I go to my daughter's, but I am not for sure because I have a lot of preparation. I need to get tires on, 2 new tires on my car, and I've got to go in town Tuesday and sign papers, some legal papers, and then I've got to do my laundry. I've got to clean up the house, cook a little something for him while I'm gone. Not that I have to, because he knows how to cook probably better than me. But I always like to leave him a little something. Anyways, this may be it. So I'll try to post a few things next week, maybe on my on just the post section. And when I get back, I probably won't have another video until it'll be later in the week, because I won't get back till Monday evening. Yeah. So I'm just going to take some time off and enjoy my family and not worry about everything here. And my chickens, oh, I've got baby chicks out in the garage. I've got 1 egg still in the incubator that won't probably be hatched before I leave. I have 2 other little baby chicks that I have out in the garage. I have 10 in one with a hen, an old hen that I can't even get in there and feed her because she attacks. I mean, she's seriously mean. She brings blood. So my husband shuts the light out and reaches in there real fast and gets the food and everything and changes it out, shuts the light out again and shoves it in there so she can't see him. And then my 2 baby chicks, they're used to me going over there talking to them. They come out when I'm out there, pick them up and love on them a little bit. And then I have, how many out? 40 some babies out in the grow out pen that I go out every day, make sure they have water and food, and then I turn their heat on at night because it's been hot during the day and cold at night. He's going to have to take care of all of them. And I'm going to be calling, are you taking care of my chickens? Anyways, I'm going to be worrying about that and worrying about the one that's in the incubator. I don't even know when it was supposed to hatch because it didn't have a mark on it. I don't even know how the egg got in there or when it got in there. I think when I got that hen before she had chickens, or after she had chickens, she wasn't so mean. What am I trying to say? I picked her up, she had an egg under her I didn't know was under her, and I thought it was one that we had let her have and had marked, and I just stuck it in the incubator. Come to find out it wasn't marked. I don't know if she laid one while she was sitting on the other, or had the others, or what. But I candled it, and it definitely has a baby chick in it, and dear Lord, I hope it's okay, because I'm not going to be here to be checking on it. All right, guys, I'm just rambling now, so when I get back, I'll see you then on the next one. Bye-bye, guys. And I forgot to add, on my store, my Buy Me a Coffee shop store, I'm going to go in and turn everything off that I have to cut or send out. Anything that I have to ship, I'm going to turn it off probably Sunday evening because I won't have time to be shipping. But my downloads, the one where you can just download something, they'll be there, and my shop will be there. And when I get back, I'll turn it all back on.